Wow, what a great crowd tonight. So many of our good friends here. We appreciate you so much coming tonight for our show. Really means a lot to the media club, everyone. These are your neighbors. We're your neighbors, right? As you know, proceeds from our live shows and your donations go towards keeping our radio station, KTGY, running and on the air. It takes a lot of equipment to run the station, and sometimes we break stuff. Or it just breaks on its own. So sometimes we have to repair or replace things. Proceeds from our past shows have also paid for this stage, which we have donated since to the Monarch Club. We appreciate your support, we really do. And don't forget to tune in to Monarch Radio broadcasts daily from 6 to 10 a.m. at 107.9 on your FM dial or streaming at monarchradio.org. How many of you listen to us? Hey, all right. Very good. Next time we want to see more hands raised, please. We have a lot of interesting programs like old time radio, interviews, community events, all types of music, and we're always adding new programming. There's something for everyone. Tonight we have a full evening of entertainment, including a sing-along and some comedies. So please be prepared to laugh out loud, okay? Back at the bar, we have a free holiday treat provided by the Monarch Dunes Media Club. It's eggnog back there. Yes, it's free. It's free. Be sure to get some before we run out. You can toast each other, and you can also have it spiked with your favorite spirits by the bartender for a small fee, okay? There is a fee associated with it, but the eggnog itself is free. So please help yourself. We hope you enjoy the show. Before we begin, a word from our director, Kathy Hitcho. Take it away, Kathy.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see this turnout, so thank you for coming. Before we begin, I want to take this opportunity to do an open casting call for our old-time radio programs that we're planning for 2024. Trilogy, we need you. Each year we do 2 or 3 live shows like this one, but we also do about 8 monthly recording sessions to produce programs that we then broadcast over KTGY. And we do those sessions at people's homes. There's always a lot going on with our group, but people travel. Nah, Trilogy people don't travel, do they? No, never. Or they have family or health issues to deal with, so we need backups all the time. So as you're enjoying the show tonight, I ask that you think about joining us. So let's see, what do we need here? We're looking for actors, singers, and technical crew. Actors. Have you done acting in a former life or always wanted to? Have you composed your Oscar acceptance speech in your mind? You know you have, okay? We all have done this. Do you sing in the shower, in your car, or maybe in public? Can you yodel? Do you enjoy software? Want to operate a mixing board, do sound editing, or learn how to? We can provide some training. I know there are lots of talented people here, and I know where you live. So if you're shy about being on stage like me, the recording sessions might be an option for you, and we always have plenty of wine at those sessions. So there's no experience necessary, just a desire to have fun. In your playbill tonight, in the lower left-hand corner on the inside, you'll see a little note with an email address to contact us. So in the future, your name could be here under cast and crew, okay? So think about that, visualize that. And also there's a sign-up sheet at the check-in desk over there, and you can sign up there as well. You can do that at intermission at the end of the show. So I'm looking forward to have lots of names on that list. And while you're at it, there's also a donation jar over there if you'd care to contribute further. So we always love to see that. Now, I'd like you to pick up your lyric sheets for the sing-along, and we're going to begin your audition. Okay? So, Jim Dijon, will you join me on stage? Jim Bernhardt is going to play guitar for us. And the two of us will lead the singing, but actually Jim and I are going to lip sync and you're going to do the singing, okay? So sing really loud, and we'll know because we have our videographer at the back of the room and she's recording everything, so I'll know whether you're singing or not, okay?
Yeah. Just so you know, we said this is a sing-along, and if I don't hear you sing it, I'm going to stop and listen. So, come on, you can do it.
We're tag teaming, you guys.
Okay, Jim, take it away. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. That's enough. We're going to bring it down a little bit. A silent
We're going to
night.
slow it down.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Run yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Very good. You're sounding great.
Good job.
Okay, now we're going to pick it up to a little faster pace. Here we come a-caroling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and a Merry Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a Happy New Year. And God send you a Happy New Year. We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door, but we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, and a Merry Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a Happy New Year. And God send you a Happy New Year. And all your kin and kinsfolk that dwell both far and near, I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Love and joy come to you, and a Merry Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a Happy New Year. And God send you a Happy New Year.
Okay, one more exciting song. You all know the words to this one and the music, so let's give it a real big trilogy song fest tonight. Let's go, James. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells and bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, give yourself a hand. All right.
And for our singers, Kathy Ticho and James DeJohn. Our guitarist, Jim Bernhardt. Thank you. Woo! Thank you. Great job, everyone. Congratulations. You passed the audition. All right, tonight we're going to start the show now. We're going to begin tonight with a short skit entitled The Bickersons, Christmas Eve. Cast, please come up to the stage.
The Bickersons Show was a radio comedy consisting of a married couple verbally sparring in short 15-minute sketches that later evolved into a weekly half-hour sitcom. The characters of John and Blanche Bickerson were created by Phil Rapp. They lived up to their name, exchanging verbal crossfire that was sharp and quick, resulting in a hilarious battle of the sexes. As with the characters, tonight's episode will be portrayed by our own married couple, John and Linda Sardi. And now we present the Monarch Old Time Radio Players' recreation of The Bickersons, Christmas Eve, that originally aired December 22nd, 1946. It's Christmas Eve, and the Bickersons have not retired. Mrs. Bickerson is busy wrapping presents in the bedroom, while husband John, exhausted as he is from the pre-holiday activity, puts the finishing touches to the tree, which stands proudly in the kitchen, the only other room in the apartment.
John, will you bring the scissors, please? John, oh, what is he doing in there? Oh, no. How can a man fall asleep on a ladder? Oh, I haven't got the heart to wake him. Oh, I'd better get him off there. John,
Whoa! What's the matter, Blanche? What happened? Huh?
Oh, you poor dear. Did you hurt yourself?
No, I'm all right. How did I fall off the ladder? I must have fainted.
Oh, yes, dear. You were fainting like a log when I came in. Why, John?
What?
You never even touched your dinner. Not a morsel of it.
I don't like the looks of it, Blanche.
Oh, stop that talk. It's perfectly good food. You let it sit there on the kitchen table for hours getting cold. You want me to warm it up for you?
No, just tell me what's on that big plate.
Are you trying to be funny, John?
I'm not trying to be funny, Blanche. What is it?
You know very well I can only cook two things, liver and rice pudding.
Well, which one is that?
Oh, how can you be so nasty on Christmas Eve, John?
Blanche, I just asked you a civil question, that's all. I didn't think it was the liver because your liver always looks like rubber heels. That stuff looks more like scrambled eggs, so I thought it might be rice pudding.
Why don't you taste it and find out?
I'm not hungry.
That's why you're always tired. You don't eat enough.
I eat plenty.
Well, what did you have for lunch today?
Well, you ought to know. You packed it for me. And listen, Blanche, I'm getting sick of carrying my lunch to the office in a paper sack. Why can't I go to the restaurant like the other fellas?
John, what are you talking about? I haven't fixed your lunch for 2 years.
Blanche, every morning in my life, I find my lunch wrapped in a brown paper on the side of the sink.
Lunch? That's the kitchen scraps.
How do you like that? No wonder I never have an appetite. Why'd you do that to me, Blanche?
Oh, go on. Eat some dinner and finish trimming the tree.
I don't want any dinner. I want to go to sleep.
Aren't you going to finish the tree?
I could do it tomorrow morning.
But, John, tomorrow morning is Christmas Day. I expect a lot of people to drop in. The butcher's coming, and the milkman is coming, and...
Listen, Blanche, I can't afford to give those guys presents. Why did you invite them over?
I didn't invite them. They're coming here to collect their bills.
Bills? What bills? I gave you money for the bills.
Well, I had to buy presents, didn't I? My sister Clara sent me a package, and I had to get her something in return.
No, you didn't. Nobody asked her to send you anything.
Well, she did, just the same, so I bought her a bottle of perfume.
How much was that?
$24.
$24? Why, nobody can carry that much perfume.
It was only an ounce, silly. It's the latest perfume. Very daring. It's called Perhaps.
Perhaps. For $24, it should say positively.
Oh, don't be so crabby, John. We're not going to fight on Christmas Eve, no matter what happens. Remember, you promised.
Okay.
I'm not even going to get mad because you didn't send me a Christmas card.
I did send you a Christmas card.
Oh, it isn't necessary to make excuses or alibis, John. I'm going to forget it entirely.
I don't have to make excuses. I did send you a Christmas card. I mailed it 5 days ago.
Oh, John, you promised you wouldn't shout.
Well, then why are you goading me like this? You know I wouldn't say I sent you a Christmas card unless I had.
I never received it.
Well, then it got lost in the mail.
That's possible.
Thank heaven.
All the other cards came.
That doesn't mean anything. One card can get lost, can it?
If you sent it.
I did send it. I swear I sent it. Had a wonderful poem on it. Beautiful picture. It was trimmed with lace. Cost me $1.
All right, John.
Well, do you believe me?
Let's not discuss it anymore.
Okay.
But I hope you don't forget to send me one next year.
What's the use? All right, so I didn't send you a card.
That's all. Why didn't you admit it before?
There was nothing to omit. I just said it to send you to the end, to end the argument. But I really sent it.
What did it say on it?
It said, Merry Christmas to my love.
That could be anybody.
Let me finish. It said, Merry Christmas to my love, my wife, my life, my turtle dove. Life with you is great, it seems. I love you more than pork and beans.
You're only adding insult to injury, John.
Well, how do I know what it said? I can't read everything, remember everything. What? What's that laying on top of the newspaper? There it is. There's my card.
Oh, so it is. See? You didn't have to get so excited after all. Thank you, darling. It's a lovely card.
Wear it in good health. Let's open the presents, then go to sleep.
Well, how could you, John? You know we never open presents until Christmas morning. Besides, you haven't finished trimming the tree.
All it needs is a string of lights. One of the bulbs is blown. That kills the entire string.
Can't you buy a bulb?
The stores aren't open now. What time is it?
12:05.
Well, that's good. It's Christmas Day. Let's open the presents.
You didn't even hang up your stocking.
I haven't got one that would hold anything. They look like lace curtains. Come on, let's open the presents, Blanche. Come on, huh?
Oh, all right.
Say, we haven't got very many this year, have we? Oh, who's this from? Who's this from?
That's from Leo Gooseby. It's amazing how you went to the one shaped like a bottle.
Oh, is that what it is? I hope it's good stuff. That's not bad at all.
John, that's shampoo.
Shampoo? Why, that chiseler, that 2-bit Leo. Why do I want a bottle of shampoo? And to think, I throw out 39 cents on the tie for him. What do you got there?
It's another present for you from your boss.
No kidding. Gee, that's a big one. What is it, Blanche?
A 5-gallon can of lighter fluid.
Well, that's fine. That's just what I needed. I don't even own a lighter.
Well, don't feel too bad, John. Maybe you can exchange it for something else.
Last year, he sent me a bowling ball case. Must get these things in a rummage sale. I never heard of such presents.
Oh, here's one for me from Louise Shaw.
Ooh, that's a dilly.
Oh, Louise always sends something nice. Not expensive, but it usually comes in handy. Well, look at that.
What is it?
It's a polo score pad. Isn't that nice?
That sure comes in handy. Honest, Blanche, you got the weirdest collection of friends. Is there anything else?
Just our presents to each other. Why don't you look at what I got you first, and then you can show me what you got for me. Now close your eyes. I'll unveil it.
Well, all right. I hope you didn't spend too much, dear. I don't really want anything.
Open your eyes.
Blanche. Ah, Blanche, darling, that's beautiful. That's a dream. A portable bar with a brass rail.
Don't you think a kiss is in order, John?
Oh, a million kisses.
Well, stop kissing the bar. I meant a kiss for me.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. It's just too good to be true. Oh, you're wonderful. Blanche, that must have cost you a fortune.
John, don't get angry, but I sold my fur coat.
You sold your fur coat?
I wanted you to have the bar, and I didn't have the money.
You sold your fur coat, that beautiful fur coat that you bought yourself for my birthday? That gorgeous bald mink?
I got $75 for it, and the bar cost $85.
Ah, Blanche, You never should have sold that bald mink.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I have a cloth coat and I never get cold.
Yeah, but you don't understand. Open your present I got for you.
I can't wait, John. Oh, a muff, a fur muff.
Genuine plunk skunk. I had it made special to match that coat. It can hold 2 full quarts. And you sold the coat.
Oh, well, John, what's the difference, darling? Someday you'll make a lot of money, then you'll be able to get a coat that'll match the muff. I'm very happy, John.
I know, but
And you still have the gorgeous bar.
that's just it.
What's the matter?
I sold all my bourbon to pay for the muff. That's great. That's great, isn't it? What a break for both of us.
Oh, I think it's wonderful, John.
What do you mean, Blanche?
I've never been so happy in my life. We've both made a sacrifice, and that's worth more than all the gold and precious jewels in the world. Just to know that you gave up a prized possession is proof enough that you love me.
I always loved you, Blanche. I may holler and rant and act like a first-class crumb sometimes, but you never doubted that I love you, did you?
No, John.
It's been 7 years, honey, but most of it uphill. I haven't showered you with diamonds or bought you any yachts, but I've not tried to deny you anything. I suppose you have your little faults. What woman hasn't? or what man either, for that matter. We're both pretty sensitive people. Maybe that's why we beef so much. Still, I don't think we're any worse than any other married couple. At least we have a safety valve and we can let off steam. Some of the others just carry it inside until the break comes. No, Blanche, I like it this way. I love you more than anything on earth.
Oh, John.
Hey, cut that out. I'll prove how much I love you. Where's that liver? Or that rice pudding? Or whatever it is.
It's liver.
I'll eat every bit of it if it kills me. Let's go.
Merry Christmas, darling.
Merry Christmas.
Tom and Linda, and our sound crew. Yay! Thank you. And now, our next show is from the popular show Easy Aces series. Jane goes into the Christmas card business. Cast, please come up to the stage.
That time again, when Monarch Radio brings you back to those golden olden days before television, before smartphones, iPads, Game Boy, Nintendo, Xboxes, Facebook, Twitter, or is it just X? Well, anyway, when radio was the main source of entertainment in the home and everyone crowded around it. Yes, the whole family. Well, tonight, we're presenting a recreation of one of those comedy shows from way back when, as performed by the Monarch old-time radio players. The Easy Aces show was a comedy series written and created by a real-life couple, Goodman Ace and his wife Jane, which were also the names of the main characters. The Ace character is an advertising executive and a bit snippy. Jane is a kooky character and has, shall we say, a unique way with words. Jane was the queen of malaprops with her infamous lines such as, "Time wounds all heals," and "Congress is still in season." Jane Ace created her own world where, as she put it, "If I'm wrong, I'm not far from it." So, if you listen carefully, I'm sure you'll notice a lot of those malaprops in tonight's episode. And now we present our recreation of one of the Easy Aces episodes. Jane goes into the Christmas card business, starring Charles Davis and Nikki Nestor as Jane. gentlemen, it's time again for the Easy Aces.
Once upon a time, there was a happy couple who never argued about money. If the people next door bought a big new car, but she had to go on the subway, she never complained. If on her birthday, he just gave her a kiss instead of an expensive present, it was all right with her. If he wanted to go to a neighborhood movie instead of an expensive Broadway show, she never objected. Then they were married, and we've been arguing about money ever since.
Dear, in all the years we've been married, I never did know exactly how much money you make.
And let's keep it that way, shall we?
No, we won't. Because I can't get along on the money you give me.
Well,
And I don't know how much more to ask for.
well, what is it that you haven't got that you need?
Well, they're much too humorous to mention. I don't mean to say that we're living in squander.
Squander, yes.
But it's just the little things that come up around the house, and I just can't make both ends meet. You know what we're trying to do, dear?
What?
We're trying to live within our means.
Oh, shame on us.
Exactly. Now tell me, dear, how much money do you make?
Well, I have a drawing account of $5,200 a year.
$5,200 a year?
Do you know many people who make $5,000 a year?
Oh, 5,200. Why didn't you say so?
I'm trying to hold out on you.
Now let me see. 5,200 a year, 52 weeks in a year. That's $10 a week.
No.
I forgot to carry the cider.
Yeah, that's what makes it hard. But then, of course, I get a Christmas bonus.
When do you get that?
Decoration Day.
Wait a minute. Christmas. That gives me an idea. What do you think if I made some extra money selling Christmas cards?
In May, Jane?
What of it? May, June, July, August, the summer's over. Labor Day, October, my birthday. November, Thanksgiving, and boom, it's Christmas.
Well, I think I'll go down and shake up the furnace.
All I have to do is get the cards and some paint, take the orders, and make money. There must be a profit in Christmas cards, don't you think, dear?
I don't know what the profit is, but you're not...
Are you sure you know what profit is? Profit and loss.
Yes, I know.
Profit is the money you make. Loss is the money you don't.
Loss is the money you don't.
But why think about loss? What have I got to lose? Just two things. I have the cost of the cards and the cost of the paint and my time.
Just those two.
Yes, sir, this is it. I can get rich. The only way to get rich is to make money.
Fine way to get rich. Selling Christmas greetings.
I can't miss. It's in the cards.
Beautiful song, isn't it? Especially in summertime. It's around the middle of December that it gets monotonous. When your radio bangs it out at you all day long, or bings it at you. Well, let me see. It was the next day around noon when I had gone out to lunch that Jane came down to my office in the advertising firm of Dutton, Sutton, Mutton, and Norris
and took my secretary, Miss Anderson, into the Christmas card business as a partner. She couldn't have made a wiser choice. Miss Anderson is as sharp as a marble. Witness this business conference.
And I thought we could use your desk as our office, Sally, and sell our Christmas cards right from here. Do you want to be a partner?
Christmas cards in May, Jane?
Oh, what of it? May, June, July, August, and the summer's over. Labor Day, October, my birthday. November, Thanksgiving, and boom, it's Christmas.
Well, when you put it that way, Jane. But I don't know much about business. I have my hands full taking dictation here and...
Well, I'll tell you what, all we have to do is get some cards, raw cards, and we take orders from people and paint on the cards whatever they want.
But can you paint Christmas cards, Jane? I don't think I can.
Well, what's hard about that? Sure you can. A little snow, a little mistletoe, and Merry Christmas.
Yes, but how about church windows? People like church windows on Christmas cards. I do. They're hard to paint.
Not if you leave them open. Stop being so practical. All we have to do is buy some raw cards and paint and start some advertising.
But Jane, that's going to take money. I haven't any money.
Who's got money? If I had money, do you think I'd be going into business?
Well, how do you get the cards and the paint and the advertising? That takes money.
We charge it.
Charge it to who?
Oh, let's charge it. Oh, Sally, that should be charge it to whom?
Oh, yes.
To is a proposition or something, and you have to say whom. No offense, of course.
Oh, no, that's all right, Jane.
Well, you're welcome. Now, what was the question again?
Charge it to whom? You've got to pay for the cards and all that stuff.
Oh, no, you got the cards before the horse. First, we sell them, and the money we have left over is the profit.
But suppose we don't have any money left over.
Well, that's the money they call a loss.
And what do we do with that?
Well, there isn't much you can do with it. Pay our bills and things like that. For the cards and the paint and the advertising. And that's where you come in, Sally. They use a lot of cards and paint around the office here. Where do you order it from?
All our stationery comes from the Zenith Printing Company and our paint from the Royal Paint Company.
Well, okay, partner. Let's get busy. Call them up. Let's order this stuff. Get them on the phone. You've got to do something if you're going to make all that money. What do you think this is? Christmas?
Taken for a sleigh ride in a one-horse open business. First, they called the printer.
Hello, Mr. O'Brien. This is Miss Anderson, Mr. Ace's secretary.
Oh, yes, Miss Anderson. How's Mr. Ace?
He's okay if you like Mr. Ace, but Mrs. Ace wants to speak to you, Mr. O'Brien.
Gimme, Sally.
Mrs. Ace? Well, I've never met the lady.
Hello, Mr. O'Brien. This is Mrs. Ace. I want to order some raw cards to make some Christmas cards.
Christmas cards in May?
Another one. What of it? May, June, July, and August? Oh, I'm not going to go through that again. Do you have the cards, Mr. O'Brien?
Sure. How many do you want? A gross?
A gross? How many is that about?
A dozen. Is that too many?
No, a dozen doesn't seem too many. Does it, Sally?
No, a dozen doesn't sound too many.
Okay, Mr. O'Brien, a gross.
Okay. And charge them the Dutton, Sutton, Mutton, and North, I suppose.
Well, I don't...
Thank you, Mrs. Ace. Goodbye.
company.
I'd like to order some paint, mostly red and green. It's for painting some Christmas cards.
Christmas cards in May?
What of it? Why does everybody say in May? This is getting jerksome. Is this a democracy or isn't it? Well, okay.
After charging the paint supplies to me, they called radio station KTGY to buy some advertising time.
And so I want to advertise some Christmas cards for sale. Well, what of it?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in May. Oh, well, you think you could find a nice place on your radio station for our little advertisement?
I may.
There's that May again. What of it? May, June, July.
So the two card sharps charged everything to me, and I didn't know a thing about it. The radio station sent them a complicated contract. There was a 13-week clause, a non-cancelable clause, and a clause charging everything to me, the Santa Claus. Now we fade. It's a week later, after dinner at home. I'm sitting there reading the baseball scores while Jane and Miss Anderson are getting out Christmas cards. There is a parlay for you. Over the corner of my newspaper, I overhear this choice bit of dialogue.
Let's rest a minute, Jane.
Me too. Doesn't it get hot painting all this snow?
I'm surprised it stays on in this weather.
That's pretty good. Surprised it stays on. Dear, did you hear? Oh, he's reading the paper.
Jane, I'm getting kind of worried. We haven't had one order for cards.
Well, my goodness, Sally, we've only advertised 1 week. Home wasn't built in a day. But when they start to call, we'll be ready for them. We got 40 cards painted. We're making very good headwork.
Maybe we started this business a little too early. It's 7 months till Christmas.
Please, Sally. Don't do that, not in front of him.
Could it be we're a little premature?
I don't think so.
No, I mean, maybe we should have taken a holiday a little closer. Maybe Thanksgiving? We could change the cards, you know.
Yeah, these reindeer do look a little like turkeys. But Sally, we can't change horses in mid-spring.
Are you sure, Jane, you advertised the right phone number?
Sure, I'm sure. I gave both telephone numbers, the house and the office. Don't worry so much, Sally. Seriously, it's slow now, but the business will pick up by creeps and bounds. We will be selling Christmas cards like a horse on fire before you even... Dear, what are you doing?
What? I was just calling up the drugstore to get some cigars.
Put the phone down. That's a business phone.
Business phone? I just need some cigars.
Somebody might be trying to put in an order and all that business goes up in smoke. If you want cigars, why don't you walk up to the corner and get some?
Isn't that awful? All right, I'll go up to the corner.
Thanks, dear. All right, Sally, let's get back to work. Now, be careful. Not too much snow. You've got snow all over these things. And dear, haven't you gone yet? What are you looking for?
My earmuffs and goulashes. marched out of our apartment and down the corridor. And suddenly I got a brilliant idea. I stopped short. Whoa, Prancer. Whoa, Dancer. Whoa, Martha Graham. I pulled the sled up in front of the 1.5 room igloo of our next door neighbor, Ken Roberts. He's the radio announcer.
Well, come in, Mr. Ace. Where's Jane?
Jane's busy getting out Christmas cards.
Christmas cards in May?
What of it? May, June, July, Saratoga, September, Bowie, November, Santa Anita, and boom, it's Christmas. May I use your phone, Ken?
Sure. What's the matter? Your phone out of order?
No, now it's a business phone. Jane and her cousin, Miss Anderson, have gone into the Christmas card business, and they haven't had any orders yet. So I thought I'd help them out.
Oh, I get it. Go ahead, use the phone.
Hate to bother you.
Oh, it's quite all right. Anytime, make your call.
Thank you.
Do you think she'll recognize your voice?
I don't think so, partner.
Hey, that's good. You ever thought of going into the radio, Mr. Ace?
Where I hail from, they call that rodeo, son.
Hello?
Hello there.
Yes? Who are you calling, please?
I understand you're selling Christmas cards, ma'am.
Christmas cards. Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir. Pencil, Sally. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, sir.
Sir.
How much are they, ma'am?
Well, we have different prices. Depends on how many you want to buy. The more you buy, the cheaper it is. Like, we charge $5 for 1 dozen, but if you buy 2 dozen, we charge $7.50. The more you buy, the less they are. How many did you want, sir?
One.
One?
One, ma'am.
1 dozen, you mean?
No, ma'am. Just one card.
Just 1 card. 1. The first number in the alphabet.
Yes, that's right, ma'am.
Well, what about all your friends?
I don't have any friends, ma'am. Just my horse on the lone prairie. How much would 1 card be, ma'am?
Well, I don't know exactly.
What kind of business you running that you don't know the prices?
Oh, I know the prices for 1 dozen or 2 dozen and so-so and so-so, but we haven't figured out how much 1 would be.
We? Who's we, gal?
My partner and I.
Howdy, partner.
Howdy. What did you say your name was?
My name's Austin Dallas. I'm Fort Worth, ma'am. My friends call me Cheyenne.
Howdy.
Howdy, partner. Want to have something special on my Christmas card?
Well, we have some with snow, some with holly, and some with open church windows.
No cactus?
Cactus? In snow?
Oh, I never heard of Christmas cards in May.
Oh, you too.
What's that, gal?
Nothing. Well, if you want cactus, we'll give you cactus. But you'll have to call me back, and I'll let you know how much 1 will cost. Call me back in about an hour.
Okay, adios, amigo. Buenos Pancho, Rancho Grande.
Yippee.
Well, strangers, after making that telephone call, I moseyed on over to my own corral, dusted the sagebrush off my chaps, unbowed my legs, and walked in. There they were, 2 empty saddles, messing around with old paint and new Christmas cards.
Dear, you missed it. We just had an order.
Really, Jane?
Some order. 1 Christmas card.
Sally, I know that's about the least anybody can order, but it's a good start. Now all we have to do is figure out how much to charge him.
Well, who is he, Jane?
I don't know. He sounds like a cowboy or something. Talked with a Western drool. And instead of mistletoe, he wants cactuses on his card.
That would be cacti, Jane.
Beg pardon?
The plural of cactus is cacti.
Oh, I didn't know that, dear.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Jane. Glad to be of service. Call me anytime. I'm in the book.
Well, so much for grammar. How about arithmetic, Jane? How much are we going to charge him?
Well, that's the fly in the oatmeal. Now, let's figure this out. The more you buy, the less it is. Is that right?
That's right, Jane.
Then the less you buy, the more it is. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Wait, I'll say that over again. Now listen carefully.
I'm listening.
Not you, dear. Stop that.
What did I do?
I don't like that tone in your eye. We're talking business. We've got to figure this out before he calls back. Please, stay out of it.
Well, I can see I'm not wanted around here. I think I'll go over and visit with Ken Roberts for a while.
Yes, you do that, dear. Wait a minute. You're not going visiting looking like that, are you? Button up your shirt collar and put on your nectus.
Nectus?
Cactus, cacti. Nectus, necktie.
Ken, do you remember that name I used before?
Somewhere in Texas, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Dallas.
Hello.
Hello there, ma'am.
Hello there.
Have you figured out how much that Christmas card's gonna cost me?
My partner and I are just figuring it out.
Howdy, partner.
Howdy. Well, here's the way we figured it. The more you buy, the less you pay. So the less you pay, the more you buy. Did I say that right?
I don't think so, ma'am.
Okay, well, I wasn't asking you, but was asking my partner. Did I say that right?
Howdy, partner.
Howdy. Just a minute, I'll ask her again. Hold your horse.
Whoa there.
What did she say?
She's asking Miss Anderson. They're trying to figure out just how much.
Hello?
Hello there, partner.
Hello there, partner. Well, this is the way we figured it out. We can't break a dozen, so we'll sell you a dozen for $5. And you can use one if you want to, or all of them. That's our black bottom price.
But I can't use a dozen, ma'am. Nobody to send them to.
Well, my advice to you is to be friendlier between now and Christmas.
I'll just stick to my old horse.
Aren't you married?
Gosh, no, ma'am.
Well, would you like to meet a nice young lady who's a very good secretary and owns half interest in a Christmas card business and is willing to travel west?
I'll just stick to my horse. I don't mind paying $5, ma'am, but I want something pretty good for my money. Something new, something novel. Rustle up something for me, and I'll call you back later, ma'am.
All right. Call me back in a half an hour.
I'll do that, ma'am.
You still haven't caught on?
No, Ken, but I'm afraid they might if I keep walking out every time the call comes through. So you call while I'm over there. Can you do Western talk?
Sure, shooting, partner. Right as rain. We're pals out here in the West, where men are men and the women are glad of it, partner.
Okay, Ken, don't ham it up.
Smile when you say that, stranger.
Oh, Jane, I don't think that's enough.
Well, it's certainly different. He said he wanted something different. And I think this may be just what... Oh, is that you, dear?
Yes, Jane?
Well, dear, you missed it again. He just called again. Every time you go out, he calls.
Your customer?
Yes, you're never here when he calls.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm beginning to think it's very strange, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
What do you mean, Sally?
Jane, doesn't it strike you as peculiar that every time that man calls, your husband isn't here?
Sally, I just said that. Please pay attention.
Yes, pay attention.
Dear, do you think this is novel enough? He said he wants something different, so I made this up. Happy Christmas, Merry New Year.
Happy Christmas?
Yeah, instead of Visa Firma, instead of Merry Christmas, Happy...
Yes, I get it, Jane. But I don't think that's so novel. Here, I've got an idea. Give me that pencil. Now watch this. First you paint XMAS straight up and down. Now after the M you put ARKS, makes it marks. After the S you write POT, spot, makes it spot. Now you've got X marks a spot, and under that you paint, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey, dear, that's pretty good. Look, Sally, did you see that?
I'm still wondering why he's never here when those phone calls come in. Jane, I suspect foul play.
What are you talking about, Sally? You're always trying to complicate things rather than simplicate them.
Well, it just strikes me as a little peculiar that he's never here when the phone rings.
Miss Anderson, are you implying that I made those phone calls?
You, dear, how could you make them? Wouldn't I know your voice? Besides, you're married. And where would you get a horse? You couldn't have called. Did you?
Jane, how could you doubt me?
Jane, the telephone.
Oh, the phone. Now we'll see what's going on here or not. Hello?
Hello there.
Oh, hold the phone, please. Hello, dear.
Hello, Jane. What's that for?
Sorry I doubted you, dear. Forgive me.
I'll think it over, Jane.
That's sweet. Hello there, partner.
Hello there, partner.
Well, we got a novel idea. The card is going to say XMAS, only we're going to write in some extra words, so it'll say X marks a spot where I wish you a Merry Christmas. You see?
Hey, sounds great, partner. Mighty fine. I'll take 1,000 of them.
1,000? You want 1,000 cards?
1,000?
1,000? What is he doing?
I thought you said you only wanted one for your horse.
I just bought 1,000 head of cattle, ma'am. I don't want no hard feelings between my cattle and my horse.
But you know, 1,000 cards will cost a lot of money.
Money? What's money to me?
Just a minute, please. Sally, he wants 1,000 cards. We'll have to buy more cards right away, more paint.
Wait a minute, Jane. This is getting out of hand. This little project is going to run into real money. He doesn't want 1,000 cards.
He did too. Here, you ask him if he didn't.
Okay. Hello.
Hello there, tenderfoot.
Okay, take it easy. Don't get carried away.
Hold on, stranger. What's your handle?
Enough is enough, if you know what I mean.
Enough? Where I hail from down in Texas, enough is for poor folks.
Very good, yes. You better tell the ladies you don't really want 1,000 cards.
Dear, don't say that.
Partner, when I say 1,000, I mean 1,000.
Yes, look, they're going to run a printing bill and paint. Now let's don't overdo this thing. I don't want this to cost money.
Dear, give me that phone.
Money? What's money to me, partner?
All right, character actor.
I got oil wells, cotton gins, tobacco plantations, mint juleps, banjo on my knee. Sun shines east, sun shines west. I know where the sun shines best.
Look, Jolson. Look, mister. I know you're rolling in money, but don't you think you'd better tell the ladies you want to see one sample card first?
Okay, partner. I'll take 1,000 sample cards.
One sample card, okay.
Down where I come from, we don't take one and nothing.
Yes, sir. I'll tell them.
I got oil wells, cotton gins, tobacco plantations.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie sky is wide and high. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Well, that's what comes of giving an announcer too many lines to read. He nearly cost me a lot of money, but I convinced the Christmas card magnates to have only one card made. However, the next morning at the office, there suddenly appeared on my desk some strange bills. I called in Miss Anderson. What are these bills for, Miss Anderson?
Bills?
Yes, printer, paint company, radio station. You don't mean you and Jane have been charging all this stuff to me?
Well, we're going to pay it back from the money we make on the cards.
Oh, no. $200 worth of bills I'm going to be stuck for?
But you're not stuck for it. We're going to pay you back.
Dear, guess what happened?
Hello, Jane.
Sally, the printer just called me.
Just a minute, Jane. You charged this $200 worth of junk to me?
Well, you don't have to worry about it. Dear, you know that sample card I gave Mr. O'Brien, the printer?
I'm not interested in...
He just called me up, and he says he likes the idea so much, he wants to buy it for $500.
I'm not interested. $500?
He just called me. Shall I take it?
Shall you take it? You take it and pay this $200 worth of bills.
Jane, we make $300 clear profit. Oh, pardon me.
Jane, we make $300 clear profit.
That's what I said. Hang on. I got so excited. You see, Sally, that's the profit I was telling you about. You see, dear, that's using the old chromium, isn't it?
Look, Chromo, you're lucky I didn't get stuck for those bills. And after this, please don't charge anything to this office.
Hello, folks.
Ken, guess what happened? I sold the idea for $500.
Yeah? That's great, Jane.
Oh, but Jane, suppose that man calls for his Christmas cards.
Don't worry about that. He won't call. There isn't any customer.
How can you say that, dear?
How can I say that? Hello there.
Oh, there he is, Sally. You answer it and tell him.
No, Jane, that was I. I was the one that called you.
You? You were there when he called.
Hello there.
Oh, there he is again. I'll answer this time.
No, Jane, I did that. I called last night. Pretty good, wasn't I?
That was a good one on you, wasn't it, Jane?
Oh, yes. Well, the laugh's on the other foot now. I made $300, didn't we, Sally?
And I know just what I'm going to buy with my half, Jane.
Let's go shopping. We'll charge it, dear, and we'll pay you when we get the money from the printer.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw the cutest dress, Jane.
Well, I've got to get some shoes.
You come with me first.
All right.
Well, that was a narrow escape. I almost got stuck for 200 bucks. If they hadn't sold that thing to the printer.
Yeah, wait till they find out about that.
What?
Sure, and I called Jane up and I told her that I was Mr. O'Brien, the printer. And I asked him, would they be after taking $500 for their cards?
Oh no.
Son of the old sod by Killarney's, Lakes and Waters with the banjo on me knee.
Isn't that awful?
Thank you. Okay, now we have a special presentation by Mike Stevens, president of the Monarch Dunes Media Club. Mike, take it away.
A couple of, maybe a month ago, the person that is at the really heart of all this old-time radio is Howard and Maureen. Could I have you come up here, please? Anyway, Howard has been running this old-time radio machine for 7 years.
Another 5-minute mystery, or perhaps 7.5. We hope this is the first of many. See if you can solve this case before the end of the program.
What do you think?
Are we going to go play the whole 5 minutes?
No. No, I know these people need to get up too. So let me
Well, Alice, why don't you tell me exactly what happened this morning?
see if you
There's
can
nothing much to
recognize this
tell.
one.
Both my wife and I were quite excited, expecting Alice, that is, Miss Manning here, to visit us from Chicago. I was to wait until she called me at the office. And you were there all morning? Yes, until Miss Manning's train arrived and we drove out here.
I had written Mrs. Brooks to tell her that I would call Jim
Anyway,
in his office as soon as I arrived.
can you remember the date that we recorded that?
2016, but I don't
You got
remember.
that right.
I don't recall.
March 2nd,
March 2nd, okay.
2000. That's when we were young men, you know? We were kind of spry back then. Do you remember the people that were in it? Obviously, you were in it.
Yeah, I was in it.
The announcer was
Charlie?
Charlie,
Yeah.
and Lawrence Schinderman was in it. Alice was Nikki,
Yeah, oh, okay.
and the inspector was Howard Wishner. The director was our very own Kathy,
Oh,
and sound effects was moi. So this is what started this old-time radio thing, is we got kind of our feet wet in this genre of entertainment, but it took us 6 months before we did the second show. But anyway, so since then, back in 2016, we've done 78 unofficial count recordings.
oh, wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, in honor of that, the radio club wants to present you and Maureen a very special gift.
Okay, thank you. Oh, the crystal microphone.
So this is a crystal microphone,
Oh, that's awful nice of you guys.
and could you read the inscription on it? Can you see
Howard
it?
and Maureen
Oh, up to the
Wishner.
microphone.
Howard and Maureen Wishner. Thanks for 8 great years of old-time radio. Monarch Dunes Media Club. Thank
There
you.
you go.
guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. It was really Mike's idea, and I just picked it up. It's been a hoot, as they say, as Mike would say. And I want to thank you all.
Maureen and I have grown a lot, learned a lot, and had a fun time. And we're looking for more people now. So if you want a fun time, you don't have to be a drinker. You just come and join the group and party with us. It's a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
People were asking about where they could tune in to the radio station. Well, there's two ways that I know of. One is that there's an app called Tune In, TUNEIN, all one word. You can look it up on your phone as an app, and then search for KTGY, and you'll hear our stream. The other way is if you have an Alexa, you can just say, Alexa, play KTGY, and it will stream for you. So you have two ways of listening. Oh, well, yeah. They're trying to coach me here a little bit. So, but that's only from 6 to 10 a.m., 7 days a week.
All right. We're going to go to our finale show here. Here's another comedy show. Comedy now, comedy tonight. Fibber McGee and Molly, the White Christmas Tree. Cast, please come up to the stage.
Fibber McGee and Molly was a very popular comedy show during the golden age of radio. The show chronicled the misadventures of a working-class couple, habitual storyteller Fibber McGee and his understanding and perhaps long-suffering wife, Molly. The character of Fibber was known for wavering between mundane tasks and harebrained schemes while antagonizing as many people as possible. Patient Molly indulged his foibles and provided loving support. The McGees also had a colorful array of neighbors and friends in and out of their normally quiet home to keep things interesting and laugh out loud funny. Each episode featured an appearance by radio announcer Harlow Wilcox, whose job it was to weave a sponsor's ad into the plot without having to break the show for a real commercial. Fibber usually met Wilcox's sales pitch with groans or humorously sarcastic lines. Yes, Wilcox will make an appearance in tonight's episode. And now, the Monarch old-time radio players present a recreation of one of Fibber McGee's, and Molly, of course, episodes, The White Christmas Tree. It first aired on December 18th, 1945. Starring real-life couple Bill Steves as Fibber and Karen Steve as Molly.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson Wax products for home and industry present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie, with music by the King's Men and the Billy Mills Orchestra. There are certain people who simply won't admit that nature does anything right. They're the kind who gild cattails, paint Whose Little Tootsie Are You on the shells of baby turtles, and clip poodle dogs to look like anemic lions. Here's one of those people now as we meet Fibber McGee and Molly.
Hey, Fred, how much you charge me to paint this Christmas tree white?
Why do you want it white, McGee?
Well, what do you mean, what do I want it white? You got 100 trees in this lot you've painted white.
Yeah, and I think they're horrible. But some people like them that way.
Never mind the artistic comment, Fred. How much?
$10.
$10? Oh my God, to spray a little white tree on this half-pint tree? What do you think you are, Rembrandt? Looky here. Maybe you didn't understand, friends. I want the tree painted white, not gold-plated.
$10.
You're a pirate, and I'll bet you've made $200 already today.
And you're a cheapskate, and I've made $340.
You're a robber, and you want to sell half interest in this joint?
You're a stoop, and I wouldn't sell my own mother half interest.
You're a low-down, no-good. That dirty swindler, $10 to spray a little white tree, the rat cheating people right and left, making $400 a day. The chiseler, I don't know whether to report him to the OPA or make him a better offer for half interest, the low-down chiseler.
Oh, what's the matter, McGee, this time?
That guy Fred Gorgon that runs the Christmas tree at Lot at 14th and Oak, the dirty pine broker, wanted to charge me $10 to paint our little Christmas tree white.
That does seem a little high, dearie. But think of the work there is to putting all the needles back on after the paint dries.
They don't take the needles off, they just spray the tree. Wish, 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 that's all there is to it.
Well, if whooshing will make it so, why don't you do it yourself?
If it's a $10 job, I can't afford to pay myself that much. Besides, I haven't got a paint spray, so hey, haven't we got a paint spray attachment on the vacuum cleaner? Oh my gosh, I can have that tree painted white before you can say, don't it look awful?
McGee, please. We need the house painted, but not on the inside. Let's have the tree green.
Oh, you'll love a white one, Snooky. It's the modern thing. Nobody uses green trees anymore. They're outmoded.
Oh, you don't say. Well, tell me, Salvador, what color snow are people using this year? Chartreuse?
No kidding, Molly. White Christmas trees are all the rage. Everybody's.
Oh, they must be. They throw me into one. Now, sweetheart, just put the tree up and trim it. I love a green Christmas tree. Don't you, Alice?
Don't I what? Sorry. Don't I what, Mrs. McGee?
Look, Molly, I'll put it to the Alice fair and square and let her give an opinion. Here's the preposition, kid. If you gonna have a Christmas tree, which would you rather have? A dusty, drab, dirty old green one, or a bright, snappy, glistening white one?
Which, Alice?
Mistletoe.
Mistletoe? What an answer.
Jeepers, don't you like to hang up a little bouquet of mistletoe, Mr. McGee?
He's too shy, Alice.
I am not shy. What good is mistletoe? Catch somebody under it, and it's either somebody you can kiss anyway, like your wife, or you get a slap in the chops before you can point up to it. Mistletoe, bah, that's just poison ivy with berries. Berries.
Well, we'll put some up, Alice, and you'll see who manages to spend most of his time loitering around beneath it. But honestly now, dear, do you like a white Christmas tree?
Well, I like them all, Mrs. McGee. I don't care if they're purple. Gertrude always has a white one, though, and she likes them.
Who's Gertrude? We know her?
Oh, she's the boy who always rides past here in the cream-colored Cadillac and honks his horn sister.
Ah, I see. Himself here used to go with a man who owned a Stutz Bearcat's niece.
Yeah, but I gave her up for an old guy with a broken-down Maxwell's daughter. But honestly now, Christmas, Alice, don't you really prefer a white Christmas tree?
Well, I got awfully tired of them, Mr. McGee. When I was a little girl, my father gave us kids some little tiny paintbrushes and told us to paint a Christmas tree white.
Oh, heavenly days. It must have taken your children a long time to paint the tree with the little brushes. How long did it take you, Alice?
Oh, we never did get it finished, but it kept us off the streets till we were 18 years old. Well, I gotta wrap some presents. See you later.
Bright kid. How all those lovely golden hair can grow out of a solid bone, I'll never know.
Oh, she's awfully sweet, though, McGee. There isn't a mean thought in Alice's head.
No, nor any other kind. Well, this ain't getting my Christmas tree sprayed.
Where'd you leave the tree, dearie?
Out in front. I can attach the vacuum cleaner cord from the porch light. Now, let me see how...
Come in. Oh, hello there, Dr. Gamble.
Hello, Molly, and how are you today? Pantry Punch?
Fine, Jumbo, fine. You out spreading a little Christmas cheer, telling your patients you finally are going to retire?
Oh, he's not going to retire for years yet, are you, Doctor?
My dear, I will retire on that far distant day when I can write a personal check for $400 and not have the hired help at the Fourth National Bank burst into hysterical laughter.
Why, go on, you old miser. You got that much buried under a loose brick in the fireplace right now. Trouble with you is you got more affection for $1 than my wife has for a pound of butter. And that's the love match of the year, fatso.
You have no right to say that, McGee. Dr. Gamble does more private charity work than anybody in town.
Oh, certainly. I'm a very noble character. When I walk down the street, flowers spring into bloom, birds burst into song, and taxi cabs honk twice before they try to kill me. Well, I've got to run along now. This is my busy season, you know.
I suppose the children keep you pretty busy around Christmas time, huh, Doctor?
No, it's the so-called grown-ups, my dear. This is the silly season when 200-pound men start climbing 49-cent stepladders to wire dime store angels to the tops of a $3 Christmas tree and wind up in a $500 plaster cast. Penny-wise and compound fracture foolish.
Don't you want to stick around and watch me trim our Christmas tree, Doc? I'm painting it white.
You don't have to do that, Skipwit. When I put my gift for you under it, it'll turn white.
Oh, this doggone thing. There it goes again. Clogs up like a sentimental woman at a sad movie.
What seems to be the matter, dearie?
Well, this darn paint spray goes along all right for a minute and then it chokes up. And when it comes loose again, it throws a blob of paint that would knock Dr. IQ out of the balcony.
Pound it on the porch steps. Maybe that will loosen it up.
Okay, I will.
Now try it.
Okay.
Heavenly days, McGee. You almost hit me with that.
Sorry, kiddo. I didn't know it was loaded. Well, here we go. Dad, rat it, done it again. Clogged up.
Well, hurry up and get the job finished, McGee. It's colder than a lineman's lunch out here.
You go in the house if you want. I can handle this all right.
No, I've got to stay out here and tell people who you are. You get a little more of that white paint on you and they'll think you're a badly constructed snowman.
Ah, that does it. I'll have this tree sprayed in a lick.
Well, watch your aim, dearie. You better shut it off. Here comes Mrs. Carstairs. Oh, hello there, Mrs. Carstairs. Won't you come in the house and have a slug of tea?
Well, no, thank you, my dear. I'm just out walking my Pekingese and must hurry along.
What Pekingese, Kirsty? I don't see him.
Well, it was too cold for him to come along, Mr. McGee. But as long as one of us goes out, he's satisfied.
It's a really sweet little dog, Millicent.
Personally, I wouldn't have one of them four-legged dust mops as a gift. Give me a man-sized dog. I ever tell you about my hunting dog I had once, Kirsty? By the name of Durante.
Durante?
Durante, yeah. What a nose that dog had. Never one time we were walking through the woods, me and my dog, pipe over my shoulder, gun in my mouth.
What was that again?
Gun over my shoulder, pipe in my mouth. When all of a sudden Durante freezes. He's on point, nose quivering, tail out like a ramrod, 1 foot in the air. I raises my gun and slowly forward, and there, not 10 feet away, was a guy sitting on a stump.
That was quite a dog, Mr. McGee. Trained to flush game wardens, was he?
Nah, I bawled that dog out, and then I was never so ashamed in my life. It was the smartest thing he'd ever done.
Well, why?
Well, sir, I got to talking to the guy, and you know what? His name was Partridge. Henry W. Partridge. Wasn't that wonderful, Kirsty?
No, I don't think that's so remarkable, Mr. McGee, in light of what a police dog of mine once did.
What was that, Millicent? After all, it's so cold out here tonight, but the bologna won't spoil.
Well, this dog of ours was extremely intelligent. One day I had him in the post office, and I noticed he was staring at the police posters on the wall. Suddenly he dashed out the door and was gone.
Probably went out to steal an apple off of a fruit stand, Kirsty.
No. When I got home, he was gripping our butler by the vest pocket and was barking into the telephone, which he had knocked off the table. When the police arrived, it turned out that Jarvis was wanted by the authorities in 3 states.
But why was your dog holding him by the vest pocket, Millicent?
That was where our butler kept his fountain pen. You see, he was wanted for forgery. Well, so nice to see you both. Good evening.
What does she think she's kidding? I don't believe a word of that story. I'll bet she made the whole darn thing up.
Oh, never mind her, dearie. Just get busy with the paint before it freezes solid.
Well, gee, it might at that. Well, back to work. There she blows.
Oh, stopped up again, McGee?
Yeah, the doggone thing. And they only got about 1/3 of this tree sprayed, too. Maybe if... Hey... Well, how could Kirsty dog be gripping the butler by the vest and then barking into the phone at the same time?
She didn't say he was gripping the butler with his teeth, dearie. After all, a dog as smart as that could hold him down with one hind paw, dial the police station with the other, and use his front feet to take fingerprints.
Yeah, maybe. But how could... Oh, why should I worry?
McGee, you're getting more paint on yourself than you are on the tree.
Well, the wind keeps changing. You ought to make these paint sprays with a weather vane on them. By George, if...
In the time you've taken to get this tree a dirty gray, Pet, I could have whitewashed the whole Kaibab National Forest with a flit gun.
Well, doggone it.
Hello, folks. What's going on here?
Oh, hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, you junior. Pull up a front step and give yourself a 3-point landing.
And if you want your Christmas tree painted white, Mr. Wilcox, trot on home and get it.
Yeah, I won't be out here very long, Junie. Soon as I adjust this nozzle on the paint spray, I'll...
Hey, wait a minute, Mac. Do you mean to stand there like a front man for painter's colic and tell me you're actually going to ruin that pretty little tree with white paint? Ruining that refugee from the forest primeval to spoiling a magnificent evergreen?
Skip the dramatics, Junior. We know you memorized Evangeline in high school.
And you played the heavy in the Chautauqua Company, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm 2, didn't you, Mr. Wilcox?
The juvenile lead, if you please. I also had 3 seasons of Shakespeare.
Yeah, likely story. When you play Shakespeare, son, that's when Othello needs a friend.
Everyone in Omaha, I'll have you know, said I was another Barrymore when I came out in my tights and said, "Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I."
You can say that again.
Oh, now hush, McGee. I love Shakespeare. Go on, Mr. Wilcox.
Is it not monstrous that this player here, seeing a lady forced to menial task and seeing such drudgery, would not then dispense a thing called floor wax? Forsooth, a goodly fluid which spread upon the scullery linoleum would thus eliminate the scrub. No rub, no buff. Just pour it on, and in 1/3 the time it takes for the hourglass to turn, it dries.
If Shakespeare ain't in the public domain, this 2-bit Orson Welles is going to be sued for $9 million.
Ah, yes, it dries, and so mirror-like it gleams. The porridge spilled, wiped off, leaves not a single spot. The labor saved, the hours gained, the beauty seen. 'Tis floor wax, beloved by chatelaine and serving wench alike. Your nearest dealer will...
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Wilcox. Is that in Hamlet?
My dear girl, it's in every hamlet, every village, every town, city, and metropolis. Every place where a housewife takes pride in the appearance of her kitchen. And if I don't get back to the office in the next 10 minutes, I'll find myself back in Chautauqua. So long, kids.
There goes the biggest ham I've seen since Blue Boy went to the state fair. He better be careful or he'll wind up on a platter with an apple in his mouth. But this ain't getting my tree sprayed.
Well, hurry up. You've almost got it done now.
This is the best it's been yet. Look how white the tree is getting, Molly.
There's one question I'd like to ask you, McGee. Are you
Don't bother with me now, kiddo. It's getting too good. Hot dog, ain't that getting beautiful? I finally got this spray gun working perfect.
I know, but look, McGee, I've been wanting to ask you if,
Later, Tootsie, later. I'm just about finished now. Oh, gee, I'm through. All done, and believe me, that's the whitest white Christmas tree you'll ever see. Now, wouldn't you admit that is a mighty perfect effect, baby?
Yes, if you like that sort of thing. Well, I'll go in and make some hot coffee, dearie.
Okay.
McGee.
Huh?
Whose Christmas tree is this on the front porch?
Oh, well, that's the one I bought this morning, and I'm going to paint white and... What? Oh, my gosh, what tree did I paint?
The one that's been growing there in the yard all these years. Bring in the vacuum cleaner when you come.
Oh, if I ain't the dumbest bloke that ever drew breath. A wise guy, a know-it-all, can't tell one tree from another. One that's growing and one that ain't. I'm a saphead. I'm a brainless, incompetent, ham-hatted butterfingers. If I wasn't so stupid, I'd never let me sit here and insult myself either.
Hey, mister, what's the matter?
I know that voice. Is that you, Teeny?
Sure is, betcha. What you sitting there with your hand in your head for, mister? Got a headache? Want me to get you an aspirin, huh? Want me to?
No, thanks, sis. Medicine won't touch the kind of headache I got. I just busted my ego in 4 places.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry, mister. Hey, oh boy, who did that?
Who did what?
Who painted that tree white? Gee, is that ever beautiful?
Yeah, you see, but that ain't the one.
And it's snowing. Right there in your yard.
Yeah, but you see, I got a little confused.
Oh, Mr. McGee, you're wonderful.
Huh? I am?
You're the nicest man in town. I betcha you put your Christmas tree right out in the front yard where everyone can share it with you, didn't ya?
Well, I didn't exactly.
Gee, all the kids in the neighborhood are gonna love you for this. Mr. Boy, I can hardly wait till you get it all lighted up.
You can't,
Huh?
I said you can't,
Can't what?
Can't wait till I get it all lighted up?
Gee, neither can I. and you know what, mister?
What?
Well, when it's growing in the ground like that, it can't wobble and fall over either. Our Christmas tree at home is always wobbly.
Yeah, lots of people make that mistake, sis. They don't stop to think. If they were a tree and got all lit up, then came into a warm room, they'd wobble a little too.
Huh?
Skip it. So you think it looks all right out here in the front yard, huh?
Oh boy, I'll say, now all the little children that haven't got Christmas trees can come and see yours now, can't they?
Yeah, and I kind of plan to get a lot of little bags of candy and stuff and let the kids help themselves. Christmas Eve, sis, I planned that. Think they'd like that?
Gee, will they ever? And us kids will sing.
Sing what?
You know, the song we sing for you every Christmas time. We wish you a Merry Christmas. The one we just recorded. Would you like to hear it now, mister? Would you? Huh?
Yeah, but I believe I would, sis.
Okay. Hey, Nikki, Charles, Linda, John, Kathy, come here. He wants to hear it, all right? Come on down.
Oh, wonderful bunch of kids going around the neighborhood with a 30-piece orchestra.
All right, ready, everyone? Ready. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our cast. Woo! And our tech crew. Let's give them a hand. Woo! And our director, Kathy. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Monarch Old Time Radio Players and Monarch Dunes Media Club, we hope you've had a wonderful evening, and we sincerely hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Thanks so much for coming. Yay!